What's up, Raiders? This is Kieran Adams, and today we have your morning announcements followed by a roundtable discussion on your favorite sitcoms. So without further ado, let's throw over to Brian for the announcements.
Good morning, Scotch Plains Fanwood High School. Today is November 3rd, 2020, Election Day, and it is an A-Day. Today's quote of the day is "Talk is cheap, voting is free. Take it to the polls" by Nanette L. Avery. Attention students, anyone interested in trying out for the bowling team should email Coach Gorsey at rgorsey@spfk12.org so we can add them to the Google Classroom team page. Medical paperwork and registration is due no later than November 18th. SAGA will meet this Wednesday at 2:30 p.m. If you're interested in attending, please email Mr. Ketzner. Celebrate SGA Spirit Week. Today is Favorite Sweatshirt Day. Wear one of your favorite sweatshirts to be nice and warm. Have a good day.
Thank you, Brian. Now here's a discussion about your favorite sitcoms.
What's up, Raiders? Okay, welcome back to the Raider News Roundtable. Today, we are talking about some TV sitcoms. So, if you follow the Raider News Instagram, which you definitely should, you would have been seeing on our story for the past week, we've been posting matchups of different sitcoms in the polls in a bracket. And we had a whole tournament going to see which would be crowned Scotch Plains Fanwood High School's favorite sitcom.
For our bracket, we picked 16 of the best and favorite sitcoms of the teams here at SPFHS, matched them up based on their popularity, and got our bracket. So we have The Office versus The Big Bang Theory, Brooklyn Nine-Nine versus The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, The Simpsons versus How I Met Your Mother, 30 Rock versus Seinfeld, Parks and Recreation versus Modern Family, That 70s Show versus Community, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia versus Arrested Development, and Full House versus Friends.
I'd say the first round went pretty much as expected. Not many upsets, except
the
for the
one
match of our 6 seed and 11 seed. 6-seeded Community against 11-seeded That 70s Show. That 70s Show upset Community. Personally, very upset. Community is one of my favorite sitcoms of all time. Definitely would have made it to the Final Four, maybe even the finals of my bracket. But it was sad to see it go in the first round. But hey, That 70s Show, though it fell off at the end, it has a big following. So,
To be honest, I kind of grew up watching Full House as a kid because my sisters loved watching Full House. I was kind of shocked to see Full House lose the first round because, like, obviously since my sisters loved it so much growing up, I was like, why did it lost the first bracket. So I was kind of shocked by that. To be honest, it's kind of expected because, to be honest, I don't really like Friends. I think it's boring, personally. Hot take. But I was just kind of shocked to see that. But I understood why Full House lost in the first place, but I'm still kind of upset by that.
Brian, I absolutely agree with you. And I am very outspoken when it comes to Friends because I think it is incredibly overrated and incredibly unfunny. And I was
100%.
never the biggest Full House fan. But that was actually our closest matchup, I think, of the entire bracket. That was decided by one vote. Friends won 28-27. So it really came down to the wire there. After a grueling first round, we come to the second round where we had The Office versus The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, The Simpsons versus Seinfeld, Parks and Recreation versus That 70s Show, and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia versus Friends. I would say we had a bit of an upset in this one where the 5th-seeded Simpsons took out the 4th-seeded Seinfeld.
my whole thing is I don't really see a 5-4 as an upset.
I don't either.
But my whole thing is I had no clue which way that one was gonna go going into it because I love Seinfeld, I love early Simpsons, and it's just like it's very tough stuff. Kieran, what do you think?
That one could go either way, I feel. But I have a hot take this round, and I think we get a lot of hate for it. But I'm picking Fresh Prince over The Office any day of the week. I don't know.
I feel you.
I don't know what it is. Sure, Dwight's funny and all. Jim, they have their banter, but like their banter is unmatched between Will and Carlton. I'm sorry. Those two just go at it every single episode, and it's just the greatest.
Just to let everyone know that's watching, Fresh Prince was Kieran's one and really only request to pick The Office over Fresh Prince. I do love Fresh Prince, but I don't know. You can't beat The Office for me. It's just like so good.
If you're talking about the fire drill scene, I get it. If you're talking about anything else, I don't. in addition, I think like The Simpsons got an edge in the polls because like honestly, without it, no other adult-aimed cartoons now would exist. And like also, thanks to streaming services like FX and Disney Plus, kids now have been able to go back and watch the golden age of The Simpsons. So maybe it's happening more often than we think.
Our final four, we had The Office taking on The Simpsons and Parks and Rec taking on Friends. The Office and Parks and Rec came out victorious, and honestly, Parks and Rec is my favorite TV show of all time. I was so happy to see it win because I really thought it was going to lose against Friends.
Yeah,
Honestly, same.
I was happy.
it was surprising, and also because this whole, for context, this whole idea came up because we were just talking about Friends and The Office and how those are, a lot of people say, what do you think is better, Friends or The Office? And I feel it's not really a question about the two shows. It's a question of what type of sitcom format do you like more? Do you like more of the old school, like, what is it, like multicam? Is that it?
Yeah, it's like
think so.
multi-camera, but they're like filmed in front of a live studio audience.
Yeah, it's like that's
Whereas The Office and Parks and Rec are mockumentary.
Yeah, so I feel that question isn't really about Friends or The Office. It's just about which type of sitcom you like better. And we can see by how the last two left are The Office and Parks and Rec, that especially in our age range, we like that mockumentary format because I think it feels more personal. You can really relate to these characters, and it allows more space for like funny jokes because we are there. We are the camera, and they can interact with us, and it totally works.
Well said, but like I was disappointed but not surprised to see that The Simpsons didn't beat The Office because again, going back to no other adult animated shows would exist without it. I think it pioneered the thought that cartoons were not just for kids. They could tackle adult topics, and that probably helped a lot of young adults ease into the transition from the life as a child to the life as an adult.
But I feel in that same vein, if it wasn't for The Office, we wouldn't have the modern sitcom. The Office totally changed the whole direction of TV sitcoms. And it totally changed that game. And if it wasn't, though I do understand The Simpsons' importance to TV as a whole, I think The Office has more of a lasting impact in today's TV.
I guess so.
But that's just me. I totally understand your opinion. I just disagree.
I know. Me too.
It's also that, The Office it sort of overstayed its welcome, especially after Michael left, but
Not nearly as much.
I feel like having that 9-season run, it's okay, yeah, you have the open and shut story. And for The Simpsons, it's literally just a case of it's still on, great, and then you just move on.
So personally, I would have Friends winning over Parks and Rec. I'm sorry, I know they won, but for me,
I just are wrong.
About Friends, there's so many little things that they do in the show that just makes you crack up. Joey Tribbiani, the star of the show, really takes away from me. He's just, the combination of him being funny, him being clueless is just too good for me. And then also, on the other side of the bracket with The Office and The Simpsons, right there in my bracket, it would have been Fresh Prince and The Simpsons, and Fresh Prince would have won that too. And in the final for me, it would have been Friends and Fresh Prince. So
for the finals, a bit of
Not
that was
surprising.
expected. The Office easily defeated Parks and Rec, winning the title of the favorite sitcom at SPF HS.
Yeah, for me, my bracket would have ended in an Office community final. And probably I would have had The Office still... No, I would have had community winning. but The Office is a very close second. So I'm personally okay with it winning.
Again, with the winning, not surprised at all. I kind of expected it right before like the voting started. I kind of expected it to win already. Again, as I said before, I would have Full House be beating Friends again and have it be up there. But I think it would have got beaten out by Parks and Rec personally. And again, in the top bracket, I kind of like where it is, but again, I have my own differences. Like again, with Fresh Prince and The Office, that could have gone a different way for me. But it could have gone completely different again. But to be honest, not surprised. I'll accept it either way.
I'm not surprised that The Office won, but if The Office is your favorite sitcom, you're probably watching it for maybe the 30th time. You probably think it's the funniest show. You know, after you watch it for 30 times, like, go outside, enjoy the sunlight. Like, you don't have to watch it every single day.
But
Like,
also wear a mask and, stay safe.
Mm-hmm.
That's still happening.
Yeah, try something new for a change. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, I would have obviously picked Parks and Rec. I haven't seen much of The Office, though I do acknowledge the fire drill scene is incredible. But I just think Parks and Rec is better because, not only does it, is it consistently funnier, but everyone is interesting and likable. The Office, is almost the exact opposite for me.
I think there are some good moments. There are some good characters. However, I'm with Julia. I do not like Michael Scott. But it is not the greatest thing since sliced bread. Mainly with that and Friends, I see it everywhere, and I'm sitting here yeah, there are better shows out there that you could be watching, but you're not. Parks and Rec, to me, that easily would have won my bracket, no questions asked. It is the perfect sitcom. Every single character is both likable enough and real enough that you can relate to them, and you can, support those people in real life.
That's it from us today at the Raider News Roundtable. We were talking about sitcoms today. We got some great opinions from all of us. Love to hear that. If you have something you want us to talk about in the next Raider News Roundtable, shoot us a DM at the Raider News Instagram, and we will be sure to consider it for the next roundtable. Okay, signing off, we got me, JJ Dionisio, Ben Friedman, Brian Coffers, Julia Steffenwall, and Kieran Adams. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe.
Well, that's it for now. Peace out and have a great day, Raiders.